I gotta get stuff out of my way. I have to get stuff out of my way. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How is everybody doing tonight? Let's see who we have in the house. Dale from Ohio, Carol's in here, Joan T, Paula Andre, I'm sorry, Mary Taylor, Wishika's in the house, JJ is here, Morning Light, Randy Newman. We got T's promo, Chris is here, Katrina, Bobby's in the house, DJ, Kathy's in the house. So good evening, everyone. Glad you could make it to this Friday. Wow, it's been an incredibly long day. Hey, full of hope. How you doing tonight, too? Philip is in the house. Good day, Philip, all the way from Melbourne, Australia. Um, yeah, it's been an incredibly long day today, but very productive. You will see in upcoming videos making huge strides here at the homestead. Really pleased with everything that we're getting done. More obviously to do tomorrow, and we are getting at it. It's like every time as we get certain projects done and things squared away, it's it continues to amaze me. And I look at it and I look at the progress and I go, wow. So, oh yeah, Joan, yeah, hopefully that'll be cool. Now they were saying that the borealis would be seen all the way down to Alabama. So maybe if we get a clear night, that would be cool to be able to see some of that. That would be very cool to see some of that. But so just to kind of give you a little bit of a preview, we have the excavator came in today. The guy came in with the excavator and started getting at it. We ended up adding another project on as well. So we ended up adding two projects on. So we originally the projects were get Jimmy's place squared away, get Cheryl's place squared away, take care of Rob's road, get that done, and then Sandy's place and some work for Bud's place. Those were the original projects. And when I saw this excavator that he brought in here, and you'll see that tomorrow, I was like, first thing that popped into my mind was he could dig out that spring for us and really get that squared away. I mean, literally, I was like, that was what, and then, so that actually got done today as well. But right now, he's actually still here. The excavator guy is still here, and he said he would work until it got dark. He's up right at the moment working on Sandy's spot. So Rob's area is done. Jimmy's area is done. Cheryl's area is done. He's up working on Sandy's area right now, and spring obviously is done as well. So tomorrow, he'll be back tomorrow, work on Bud's area, get that squared away, and then we're actually doing as well. So today, one of the things that we did is we got the pipe down to the culvert, got that staged. We had one load of gravel brought in already, and that's been put down there by the culvert as well. And then a lot of the dirt that was getting moved out of where they had moved the dirt, and you'll like I said, you'll see the videos. So Jimmy got his dump trailer, and the first 5 loads were able to have the excavator guy just take a scoop of dirt in that big bucket and put it in there. And then he was taking that out and staging that, and he's actually still working on that now. And so he wants, so basically each load in the dump trailer is a yard of dirt. And so right now, I think he has done 11 altogether. So we want 20 down there. all together. We want 20 loads all together down there. So whatever doesn't get finished today, because him and Johnson are still working on it. Last I saw, they were coming back in, I think, for load number 12. So, first thing in the morning, we'll get a bunch of us on shovels and loading up the trailer, and then he'll go and he'll get that unloaded. And, we'll continue to get the other things that we want to get done as well. And so it's going to be a very, very productive weekend. As you guys see the videos, I mean, literally the amount of videos that I made today, the last one I just made basically will go up on Tuesday. And we haven't done any for tomorrow yet. And there's going to be a bunch of content from tomorrow as well. And then we'll have whatever we get done on Sunday morning as well. So it has been like today was very, very busy. A bunch of people did get in. Rob got in, and his wife are here. Johnson got here. We have a new couple that are here. It's their first weekend, that they've joined the group. And so this is their first weekend here. And Jimmy's here, obviously. And so we got Les will be coming in yet. And like I said, I believe I said Johnson's here too. But yeah, so, and we just, we're getting at it, and it's coming together. And like I said, it's been an incredibly busy day. But that's a good thing. That is a good thing. And, like I said, tomorrow we're going to get more stuff done. So, one of the keys to why we show what we show is because I'm a big believer in, I want to show people that yes, this is possible. Yes, strangers can come together and become like family and work together and get things done and have, looking at the bigger picture of things and, getting themselves in a position where they're not going to be victims and they have a place to go. And see, the thing is with this, just kind of give you an idea, none of these folks are limited to just coming down one weekend a month. Actually, I like this weekend, Rob said, and here's the other thing. People in the group will say, hey, do you mind if we stay a couple extra days? And I'm like, yeah, I don't care. I don't care. We have Bud next month is come down for a week. That's fine. He wants to work on, projects around his place and get some stuff done for his place. That's fine. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Now, when we get together on the weekends that we're together, we work on, projects that we need to get taken care of. So I was part of a medieval group that became more like a family than my own family. Yep, Sean, I know you were talking about, yeah, you took Heather last year to that. And that's what it is. It's like you have that common denominator, okay? And so for us, the common denominator is prepping and being prepared. And, that's our commonality. And then you find a lot of times that, nobody has 100% the same thought pattern. And I wouldn't want everybody to have the same thought pattern. I want people to be able to think for themselves and have their own choices and like that. But, it's coming together, having that common ground to start with, seeing where else, it works in that type of stuff. And, we have done, Ed, breaking news, NOAA said grid may go down. Oh yeah, because of the solar flares. Now it's gone from 4 up to 6, and it's a real possibility that the grid could go down because of that. That is absolutely something that could happen. No guarantee that it's going to happen. I love it when people say, "Oh, this is going to be, nothing. Everything else is nothing. There's nothing to be worried about." Ed, you don't have anyone who wants to live there full time. This is not no. So Peter, that's actually a good question. People have asked about that before, and the answer to that is no. This is a bug out location. This is what my property is. Once you start letting people live on your property full time, it can open up a whole can of worms that you don't even want to deal with. Okay. Now, when SHTF does happen, and I do believe it's a matter of when and not if, then everybody would be here full time. So, is a solar flare worse than an EMP? Same results, Terrence. Same results. So, you know, if it's a big enough magnitude, then then it could take out the power grid. I mean, you had the event in the 1800s, and it fried everything. So, and there wasn't as much obviously in the 1800s as we have now. So, it'll be interesting to see. And that's a possibility that could happen. But yeah, this property is a bug out location. So, this is where my people will come when that time happens. And that's why, obviously there's the push to get buildings in here. We have 3 more buildings right now that are going to be coming in here in the near future. Getting the excavator guy in here and working on that today was the first part. Then the next part is getting more gravel in for those building spots. And then, getting the buildings in and just kind of going from there. So, um, you know, but, that's just, just trying to get things squared away the best way that we possibly can, be as ready as we possibly can, and just kind of go from there. So, but, anyway, that's what we're doing. So, Quebec's grid went down for 9 hours when a solar flare hit in 1989. Yes, yep. But there a Carrington event. I think it was the Carrington event. They called the one in the 1800s, and that one, like all the telegraphs and all that type of stuff, it all went out. So yeah. I mean, it's who knows. I mean, is that something that is a legitimate thing that could happen? Absolutely. You know, the percentages. I think they're saying that with the ones that are coming right now, there is a 10% chance that something could happen. So, we'll have to, again, you prepare for whatever may happen. And, that is an event that absolutely could happen. And so, it has in the past and it will again in the future. But, yeah, so, yeah, our weak power grid, exactly. Our antiquated power grid. So, but anyway, so let's get into. And I mean, we're 13 minutes into the stream already. Have not talked about the topic at all. So we will do that. We got 244 in the chat, guys. We got 92 thumbs up. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I ask you please to shoot a thumbs up to show support for the channel. I thank you ahead of time. It really does make a big difference with the algorithm. So I appreciate that as well. And thank you for doing so. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And I thank you ahead of time for that. All right. So a lot of drama and trauma. I'm going to bring up a point here in just a second, but you got the protesters on these different campuses, and now you have counter protesters protesting the protesters. And in a lot of cases, you have the police standing down because they're against the protesters. And so when the anti-protesters come in and things can get physical and stuff like that, they're not getting involved. And so then, of course, when that happens, then the protesters cry, well, why aren't you protecting us? Blah, 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 blah. But then they want to, spew vile things to the police and spit on the police and call them pigs and everything else. And that's okay, right? So, but anyway, and I found this to be typical, I guess, absolutely typical. So you have all these protesters, and then you have the counter protesters. So what does social media or the legacy news media focus on, right? What do they focus on? What they focus on is a young man, right, that was making gorilla noises at a young woman, right? Because she was black and he was white. That's what the news media focused on. And of course, they're doing an investigation on that incident, right? Not all the other stuff. And that's what I find so disingenuous about the whole thing. Listen, should he have been making monkey noises to the young lady? Absolutely not. He should not have been doing that. But people get caught up in a moment. They get fired up. They say things that they shouldn't say. It happens all the time, you know. But because there was that, and that's of course the legacy news media is going to take that and run with that. It's just crazy, you know. It's just crazy. But anyhow, yeah, it's just yeah, America's so upside down right now. You think? Yeah, yep. So, but you know, again, these are all distractions, in my opinion. There are other things going on right now, and they want you to focus on these protests there. And when you have things are going to be amping up, obviously, in the Gaza Strip again, Israel has said we're going in. I think what's it, Rafah they call it, I believe. They're going in there. And there's, in the U.S. has said, oh, that's not a good idea, and now they're withholding a shipment of weapons to Israel. And let's put it like this: they're going to get them. Okay, it's just that this is all part of the game as well. To make us look like, oh, see, we're stopping them from getting these weapons. So it's just in a bug out situation, how do you know all people will get along on one property yet if you don't have trial runs first? Take a 2 week stay together. Okay, that's a good question, Peter. And with everybody getting together and working together over these weekends for as long as it's 2 years now we've been doing it. Okay, it's been actually this month is 2 years. And our first initial get together was in April 2 years ago, and then our first official get together was 2 years ago this May. So obviously we just are celebrating 2 years of being here, working together and stuff like that. Now we have people that have been here since the very beginning. We've had other people that came in shortly thereafter. We have quite a few people that are, been here, more than a year already or longer. Okay. And we've had people leave the group. We have had people that we have asked to leave the group. Okay. That happens. There, you're going to have that attrition. So the way that you know that the people that are there, steady, working together, coming along, we have developed that bond, and it is a brother and sisterhood. And the important thing too, Peter, remember this, okay? When I just talked about this, we put a bunch of buildings in here last year. We have 3 more buildings coming in here in the near future, okay? It's spread out a little bit, and they're not on top of each other, and they're not up each other's butts 24/7, so they have a place to go to separate themselves, to be away from people. That's going to make the community, if you will, better. And Peter goes, on short stays is different than long term. Well, exactly. But the thing is, in an SHTF situation, we know why we're here. It's in the best interest of everyone to get along and to work together. It will be a highly stressful situation. Hold on a second, guys. Hello? Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah. If you want, I mean, how's it looking up there? Well, actually, I'm doing my live stream, so I no, you're fine. You're fine. Um, how big of an area have you got it so far? Um, yeah. I mean, if you want to, are you gonna do that tonight? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. If you want to do that, please. Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and do that? Yeah. That sounds good. That sounds good. And then you'll be back tomorrow to work on the other one, and then we'll do the culvert. All right, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. I knew that number was going to be the excavator guy. Oh, no, I'm not answering Dave. Dave knows I'm live streaming, so I don't even know why he's calling. But anyway, oh, I must have missed something. JJ deleted somebody, but it's okay. But yeah, so that was he's up there and he's working on that area up there for Sandy. So, so Sandy, if you're in the chat, I did send you that one picture, and so you could see how that was just coming along at that point. So, like I said, this is you're going to see huge improvements from this weekend. Getting the you know excavator guy in here and doing what he's doing, huge steps. Just the spring alone, folks. Okay. Yeah, I knew you were in here, Sandy. He was calling about your spot, so we were having that conversation. And so he's working on getting that more squared away. So he was asking me what I thought, and I said yes. So you will be happy. You will be happy. So, oh my God, wait a minute now. You guys are going to have to wait a minute. I'm going to tell you why. I didn't go out and collect any eggs today. So I'm going to go out right now. So you have to give me a minute, and I'm going to go collect eggs because I can't give you an egg count because I have no idea. So give me just a minute. I will be right back. And so then that way, when it's time for the egg count, we'll have a proper egg count. So give me just a minute. I'll be right back, guys. About that, guys. Oh my God, that is so funny. I'll literally dawned on me. I'm like, wait a minute. I never got the eggs today. I've been we so I woke up this morning. Uh, I'll let you know in a little while. um, I woke up this morning at 6:30, and at 7:30 is when I made my video that you guys saw at 3 o'clock. So I made that video at 7:30 this morning, and we knew that it was, like I said, I knew it was going to be a long day, and it has been. It's been an extremely long day, and Jimmy and Johnson are still out there right now, still moving some more dirt, and then the excavator guy is still doing work up there as well. So hope you remembered to shut the gate. Of course, Broken Dolly. Of course I did. So, but anyway, yeah, it's just it's been, like I said, it's just been a crazy busy day. So, but so now I collected the eggs, so now we know exactly how many. I know Rob's out there, and he's shouting, "Somebody dropped the ball!" And I go, "Yeah, yes, I did." And then he goes, "How many eggs was it?" He said, "So that I can do it for the egg count." And I said, "At least one. How's that?" Uh, but yeah, it's been, like I said, it's been a very, very long day, but that's okay. It's a good thing. Really, like I said, just when you guys see the videos, you understand. Uh, and I'll do more videos tomorrow, and then we'll, when everybody ends up leaving on Sunday, some are staying, like I said, Rob and his wife are staying for a couple extra days, and we're gonna be, we're gonna be, I'm gonna do an overview come Sunday, and you probably won't even see that overview Sunday video for a while, a week, because it's just. It's going to be, it's like I said, this weekend's going to be busy. I mean, I've already, like, literally right now, the last video that I made will, at this point right now, scheduled probably to go up on Tuesday. So, anyhow, all right. So let's talk some more. Are people having buffering? Somebody's saying there's buffering issues, anything like that? If you're having any buffering issues, folks, sign out and then sign back in. So yeah, Candy Cane said I had to go out and come back in. Yeah, so if you're having any problems, sign out. You crack a little bit on the audio. Okay, Sean, if you have any issues, sign out and then sign back in. That's the best way to do it. For whatever reason, I don't know why it does that. So, Ed, the general consensus is you should have Viking garb. Oh, I believe I was a Viking in a past life. Absolutely, absolutely. So, but Heather has to have the throwing axe. So Heather's doing well. Becky's good. Mom's doing well also. So yeah, everybody's doing fine. No issues. Just keep on keeping on. So, but somebody says, Sean, get back to work. That's too funny. But yeah, it's got us down to all of a sudden everybody's gone. I don't know that if there's issues, what are you going to do? But yeah, like I said, any issues, sign out, sign back in. So was that Heather? No, I don't know. That's not. I don't think that's Heather. Hang out with Heather. That don't. Is that Heather? Oh, it's you. Okay. I did not know that. Hi, darling. There's my sweet pea. And you're yelling at you. Hi, Heather again. Oh, okay. I want to make sure somebody didn't like make a fake account of you. So, Okay, I will call you after the stream. Okay. All right. I love you. All right. Bye. Sorry, guys. Um, I watched a live stream where the viewers went from 650 to 200. It was a YouTube thing. It's bonkers. Ah, I gotcha. A lot of stuff going on with that, obviously as well. You know, Lone Wolf Prepper said 5 daughters, one daughter and one full-blooded son, and then I have my stepson. So, the children that are mine are Eddie and Heather, and I helped raise Josh. So, but yep, those are my babies. So, but everybody seems to be doing okay, and no issues. And but yeah, like I said, today has been just insanely crazy, which is not, like I said, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing in any way, shape, or form. We're yeah, bonus son, exactly. Well, when we got together, Josh was 5, and I knew it was a package deal. And he's a great kid, still is a good kid, very squared away, and so it was I treated him no different than I treated Eddie and Heather. So because I was a stepchild myself at one point in time in my life, and I knew how to not do it because of that experience. So, but that's okay. It happens. You Again, always choices are about, do you do the same things that happen to you, or do you change that pattern? And a lot of times, unfortunately, people seem to be caught up in doing the same thing that they didn't like what happened to them. And I could never understand that. I could never understand that because I was always like, okay, so this happened to you as a child, whatever it was, and you knew how it felt, and you didn't like it, and it was not good. How could you do that to somebody else knowing what it's like? That's what I could never understand. Um, like I made a conscious decision when I was young. My dad, my real father, gave my sister and I up for, let my mom's new husband adopt us. So he didn't have to pay child support. He had a new wife and she had 2 kids, and she didn't want us in the picture. But at the end of the day, it was his choice because, he was our father. And, so I always remembered saying as a kid, if I ever have children, I am going to be the kind of father that I did not have. And that was why it was always important to me personally to always be there for my kids, no matter what. They came first, always had and always will. So, and they don't stop being your kids because they're grown. Just because they grow up, don't mean they stop being your kids. Your relationship changes, but you still need to be there for them if you can. And I think that's important to do. So that's just my take on it. You guys can have your own opinions, and that's perfectly fine. But unless we break patterns, um, nothing's ever going to change. So but she is, yes, she is laying down at the moment, and I imagine you won't see her at all tonight because she has also been outside all day long, and that's not the norm. And so I know she's tired as well. So I think I'll sleep really, really well tonight. So, and that's okay. So, but no, it's today was a very good day. It was a very, very good day. Very productive. And we're tomorrow's going to be probably just as busy as today, if not more so, because we already have a game plan now. You know what I mean? Today was kind of like, okay, we're gonna, when he gets here, we're gonna get this going, that going, and it's. But like I said, just overall, just an absolutely fantastic day. I think tomorrow's going to be a great day too. We didn't get the rain. We got a couple sprinkles here and there, but nothing heavy duty rain wise today, which was great. I know that there's possibility of more rain in the forecast for tomorrow. We'll just do the best we can, and we'll deal with it as we have to, and we will get things done. That's just the way it's going to go. So, but and I know, like I said, this weekend is going to be Mother's Day. I will be live streaming Sunday. So, if you get that opportunity to spend that time with your mom this weekend, I would highly encourage you to do so. You get one. You only get one mom. So, but still makes me an Easter basket. That's awesome. That's awesome. I love to hear that. So that is awesome. It's 74 in Ireland. Wow. Okay. I know you guys don't get a lot of great weather over there. So, but uh, oh wow, that's too bad. Sorry to hear that, Mars Gold. That's not any fun. So anyhow, yep, that's how that goes. But okay, let's go back on the topic of these or college protesters, and they have gone and shut a lot of them down, disassembled their little camps, and thoughts on protesters who block roads. Run them over. That is my thoughts. They are called a speed bump. They about never better jump out in front of the road in front of me is all I can say, because I will not be stopping. So, and just trying to understand the situation. People who are in the group spend lots of time. Um, if the situation changes and they can't stay or die, what happens to the stuff of that person? Well, we haven't had to cross that. If somebody leaves, they can take their stuff with them, Peter. And I don't want people's stuff. That's not what this is about. If somebody has a building on site and they decide to leave the group, okay, um, they can take their building, they can take their stuff. We've had people that left the group and they took their stuff. So, it's not about collecting other people's stuff and holding on to it. Um, but it's the people that have put buildings in here, okay, and spent their hard-earned money getting the spot squared away, buying a building, bringing that building in. That's a level of dedication that, to me, honestly, it proves that they're in it and they're not going anywhere. So, that's a different level of dedication, you know, uh, to being part of something. And the people that we've had in the group, and like I said, we've had people come in, been in for a while, and then decide to leave. It happens. There is always going to be an attrition, but at the end of the day, what you're going to find happening is you will have a core group, okay, a core within the group, if you will, that are very dedicated. They're not going anywhere. They're getting things squared away, and like Mark said. Mark said, I hope nothing ever happens, and I have this awesome place to come down to and get away and enjoy life and enjoy the peace and quiet, because that's another thing. It's not about just that one weekend. Hey, full of hope. Um, if the poop hit the fan, would you allow my friend in RV to join you? She's an outdoor woman, great worker. I would fund her site. Well, she would have to go through the process, full of hope, like anybody else that wanted to be part of the group. So, that would be somebody that we would have to go through the process if she was interested in being part of it. And if she passed all those tests that not tests, but the stipulations being part of the group, then I would have no problem with that. So, But yeah, so what was I going to say? We need to teach the kids in America to love their country when it comes to the universities. Yeah, well, there is, like I said, a lot of the problems, honestly, begin at home. A lot of problems begin at home. A lot of people rebel when they go to college. Either they've been like too restrictive at home or something to that effect, and so they go to college and they go buck wild. That happens as well. So, oh, I was talking about the core of in the group. Okay, thank you, JJ. Yeah, so you'll have this group of people, and you'll have some people, like I said, they'll come and they'll go, and that happens. But then you'll have that core group of people, like from the very beginning. We've had people that are from the very beginning. They're here and they're not going anywhere. So what about building an underground shelter? We're in the process of doing that as well. Yeah, the inner circle, Okie Forge. Yep. You build and you forge relationships with people. Like Rob, okay, I'll give you a good example. I know he's watching it. I don't even care. Rob is one of the people that came in after the original group, but he came in, I believe, in like October of that first year. So he's been with the group probably for a year and a half now. He's one of the people that he's on the committee. We have a committee, so he's one of the people that's on the committee. He's one of the people that's obviously very trusted within the group as well. So that's just an example. Johnson, Johnson's another one. Johnson's been here since the very beginning. So very dedicated, comes down, does his thing, and so there's certain people that that you can count on. And when that time comes, those relationships that you are forging, like when the person's asking, what happens when people are there, full time, and then if someone dies, no relatives, uh, do you have paperwork for that? Do I have paperwork for what? If someone dies, I'm not sure what point you're trying to make. If somebody was in the group and they passed away, and their loved ones came to me and said, Ed, this was my husband. Okay. It would have to be a wife or a child of that person. And they said, could we get dad's stuff? Guess what I'm going to say? I'm going to go, yes, you can take dad's stuff. I don't need a piece of paper to do that, Peter. There is a trust element. Um, you know, Again, I will say I'm not looking to accumulate other people's stuff. All right. So, we are a team. That's what we are. We're a team. So, like a contact. I got what you're saying. I got what you're saying. Well, that's actually something we have talked about, getting an emergency contact number. We've actually talked about that. As well. So that's actually something that we haven't done yet, but we need to, because if somebody doesn't come and they're not, they don't show up, and like what happened to so and so, unless we have somebody that we could contact and say, hey, is Charlie okay? That's you know, but that's how that would go. We actually did the contact number. Did we? I know that we have I have a list of everybody that's in the group and their name and their number and all that type of stuff. But as far as I mean, people in the group, people talk privately with each other as well. I mean, it's not like we're just allowed to talk to, we're only allowed to talk to people while we're here. It doesn't work like that. People talk to each other all the time. We have a group text that we all contact each other with and talk to each other that way as well. So during the month, we'll discuss different things and all that type of thing. So, that's, we do that as well. So, But what I was talking about as far as, oh, Joyce went and got him, went around and got him one weekend. Okay, Sandy, I got you. Yeah, so I guess we do then. So so, but anyway, yeah, that's but yeah, we have a fantastic group of people. You know, newer people coming. Like we have a new couple this weekend that's here for the first time, and so you know they're joining the team, and you know, and like I said, it is a team effort. What we're doing down here, it is for the betterment of everyone in the group, you know, and we are focusing on certain things and trying to make sure that things are squared away and that we're ready. For example, if there was a group member got sick and there were no relatives, how would that be handled? In what way? I mean, I don't know what you're getting at when you say that. How what would be handled if they got sick? They're not dead, right? So I'm not sure, you know, what you're driving at there. To be honest with you, I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know. I like I said, I know a lot of people do not understand the group. I've had, you know, people come out, oh, it's a cult, you're a cult. Yeah, okay, whatever, you know, think whatever you want, and that's perfectly fine. Yeah, we'll do the egg count in just a second, JJ. You're right, I'm off on that. I apologize. But nobody's forced to be here. It's a voluntary thing, okay? If they choose no longer to be here, they can leave. They can take their stuff with them, okay? That's how we do it. We don't want people that don't want to be here. We don't want them to be here. We're, you know, if you don't want to be, what you guys are not, a lot of you don't understand the level of dedication when you become part of a group. Okay, it's your second family. Now you may have family members and whatever, but this becomes a family. That's what we are. We watch out for each other. We, you know, we talk all the time. You know, we're there for each other if we need, you know, if we need to be. And I think that that's important, and I think that's what you should do. And like I said, it's not just about, oh, we're waiting for the end of the world to happen and then we're going to come together and shoot everybody. That's not what it's about. So we're going to watch each other's backs. We're going to be here for each other. We're going to support each other, and we're going to do what's necessary to survive whatever may come. And that's the bottom line. So anyway, um, I mean, if there's a person was sick and needed a hospital and there was no relative, well, we haven't crossed that bridge, Lamb's Light. So that's not, it's a moot point because it's not relevant to what we have going on down here right now. So, right, Mary Taylor, exactly. It's all about having a safe place to go if bad things happen. It's exactly what it is. And knowing that the people that are here in part of the group are going to have your back. So, anyway, we're going to stop on that for. We're going to do the egg count, which we are late for. It's JJ's. No, I'm only kidding. Um, so before we do that, what do we got? 240 chat. We got 179 thumbs up. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to please do so to show support for the channel, and I thank you ahead of time. So now, how many eggs today? And yes or no for the white hen, Miss Betty White. I'll give you guys a moment to get your guesses, and we will go from there. All right. If you had the same guess as a multi-time winner. Can anybody guess who that multi-time winner is? If you guessed DJ, then you are correct. If you had the same exact guess as DJ with 5 eggs and yes for the white hen, uh, you are the winner. So congratulations to DJ. You've won absolutely nothing once again, but you are happy about it. So, Lamb's lights. I'm sorry, Ed, not meaning to nitpick. No, you're not nitpicking. I'm just, if it's a relevant scenario that is a possibility, I have no problem explaining anything with what we're doing. If it's something that is not relevant, um, then it's just it doesn't make any sense. There's no reason to try to explain something that is not relevant. So, I mean, if somebody got sick or hurt while they were down here, obviously we would try to get a hold of a loved one. If they needed to go into a hospital, we would make sure they got there and that they were there safely and those type of things. So, but that's how it goes. So Jason, here's the thing. So I literally just found this out the other day. So they said Betty White and Barbara Bush were sisters, and their father, right? Their father was Aleister Crowley. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Aleister Crowley, right, was the father of Betty White and Barbara Bush, and Barbara Bush and Betty White are obviously sisters. I was like, I did not know that. That would have been a weird household to grow up in, so that's yeah. So that kind of blew me away. But anyhow, yeah, that was a trip. I did not know until literally I think it was yesterday. Literally it was yesterday that I first of all I didn't know that Barbara Bush and Betty White were sisters, and I sure did not know that Aleister Crowley was their father. So, and if anybody who doesn't know who Aleister Crowley is, he was a Satanist and he was big time into it. So, yeah, it was that. Like I said, that blew me away. So, anyway, interesting. The world is an interesting place. Uh, and these situations will come up eventually in grouping people in your bug out are older people in a bug out situation. Well, the thing is, my biggest concern in a bug out situation is that everybody gets here safely. That's probably my biggest concern, that everybody gets here and they're safe. And when they get here, obviously, because we have been working together for as long as we have, we've already built that bond. So that makes it much better. Yep, Mr. Crowley was a song by Ozzy Osbourne. Yep. So Village Homestead is saying Marvin Price is Barbara Bush's father. At the Betty White thing, whoever said that could just say anything, not necessarily true. Okay. Well, like I said, I guess I'll have to look it up. Village Homestead is saying that Betty White's father is somebody else, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe they were BSing. I don't know. But were Betty White and Barbara Bush sisters? Is that one true? Does anybody know if that's true? You guys gonna make me look this up. No, they're not. Okay. So, oh well, maybe somebody was just. And again, so there you go. People putting out false information. I was just like, really? Okay. So, because Betty White was like the most chill lady. And I'm sorry, but I hate to say this, but when Betty White was young, she was a smoke show. She was hot. I mean, you remember her on Golden Girls when she was already older at that point, but no, but she was when she was young, she was definitely a good-looking woman, no doubt about that. So, folks, I'll tell you what, I'm tired tonight. Um, I think what I'm going to do, and I'm not trying to be a jerk here or nothing, but I am tired and I want to end this stream early. Just because I have zero energy and I am tired and I got another long day tomorrow, so I'm actually going to end this. I want to thank my moderators who do an absolutely fantastic job keeping the chat clean. Very much appreciated, ladies and gentlemen who moderate for me. Again, I want to thank all you guys for being here in the stream and supporting the channel. I really do appreciate it. And thanks for answering my questions. No problem, Peter. I got no problem with that. Like I said, we have nothing to hide here, honestly. We have nothing to hide. So, um, also, again, remember, folks, we really truly are all in this together. If we could ever figure that one out, we're going to be in much, much better shape. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day, tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to accomplish, folks, whatever you're trying to do, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from reaching your goals is you. That's it, nobody else. If you stay positive and stay away from the negativity, you're going to be just fine. Okay, just don't listen to people telling you what you can't do. Set realistic goals and then set about to making them happen, and they will. All right. You guys have a great night. I will see you all tomorrow. You'll see some videos coming up tomorrow, and hopefully you enjoy them. Real excited with everything that we got going on here. A lot of progress is made today. A lot more progress will be made tomorrow, and it's really starting to come together. So very cool. Anyway, have a great night, and I will talk to you all later. Prepreneurs One out for now.